Hey, everybody, on today's show, we're going to talk about the common technology dilemma of where do I start? I'm going to introduce you to two approaches that I took, and I'm also going to introduce you to a fantastic resource called Zoho Concierge. Hope you all enjoy it. Let's go for it. Welcome to the Aegis Martech podcast. I'm your host, Chris Chiatti with Aegis Martech, and the goal of this podcast is to empower and provide resources that build up tech-enabled small business owners who can confidently leverage their business software to generate more revenue, gain a competitive advantage, and enrich their professional relationships. Hey everybody, Chris here. And just wanted to make this video because a couple of things were kind of intersecting here at the same time in my world, based around this question of where do I start? It's coming up, came up when we were doing our due diligence for our real estate school, because one of the things that we found out that kind of went into our decision to open up a real estate school was the low adoption of real estate tech by agents. And let's just say just CRM. I think the number was, I know the number is 27% of real estate agents actively use a CRM. And that was extremely low when you contrast that with the outcomes of the real estate agents who use CRM on a regular basis. And some of the stats were that like 95% of the top performing agents use CRM on a daily basis. CRM use was twice as likely among agents who earned $100,000 a year or more. And then the third stat, and I'll find these and I'll put them up there, was that brokers reported a 26% increase in what's known in that industry as transaction sides. So that's buyers or sellers. Those are sides, buy side, sell side. So brokers reported a 26% increase in transaction sides by real estate agents who use a CRM actively. And these numbers or these stats came from a survey that I came across while doing my due diligence. And it was a survey by NAR, the National Association for Realtors. They had like several surveys. So I kind of cross-referenced that, and pretty much that is what it is, or was what it was. And one of the pain points that came up, there were several, but one of the main pain points that came up was by agents, that agents cited for their reason for kind of being a little bit adverse to using a CRM actively was, where do I start? I don't know where to start. And that's not limited to that industry. That you also find that in the general small business community as a whole. In the small business community, you have small business owners who still haven't digitally transformed their business. They're at danger of being encroached upon by these big tech giants that are making things very convenient and approachable for consumers. But I digress. I digress. I'll say that. So, just the small business community as a whole, same pain point, right? The small business community, same pain point. Where do I start? If anybody's ever taken a look at the MarTech stack that good gentleman, Scott Brinkner, publishes every year, it's like 10,000 applications out there. So you can't blame small business owners, It's like when you have all these apps, all this software out there, everybody, what do they call it? This shiny little object here, there. It's like, where do I even start? So what happened for me, and I just want to share my own personal little story. For me, it's back in 2016, 17. I was already getting into MarTech and marketing technology and researching this stuff. Because it really did. When I digitally transformed my business, it really was a game changer. I was hooked. I was in. But I still recognized that this was still a pain for other small business owners. So I kind of journaled and dialogued what a framework that guided me. I'm not saying it's the be all end all. This is just what worked for me, because I was faced with the same, where do I start? Which one of these do I go ahead and go with? And what I did was I took, there was two approaches that I actually took to this, and I'll share them both with you. The first approach pretty much had to do with, I looked at what I was currently doing well in my business. Okay, I looked at my business like, okay, what am I currently doing well that I can do blindfolded with my hands tied behind my back? And whatever that business process is, now I'm gonna merge it with technology to do it more efficiently, to do more of it faster, pretty much, And for me, but let me preface that with saying, truth be told, as a business owner, you have to have that type of forensic view of your business to know, okay, what your processes are. It could be to generate leads, to monetize them, or the back end to annuitize them, which is, for me, it's getting repeat and referral business. That's just how I see business. I see business lead, generation, monetization, annuitization. Generate a lead, monetize a lead, annuitize a lead, rinse and repeat. Okay. So the process at that time that we were doing well had to do with our follow-up. I had a multi-step, multi-channel cadence for following up on leads and prospects that would become clients, as well as for onboarding new strategic partners / referral partners that would entrust our company to serve their clients. And so I had some of it in sheets, some of it in this document thing, some of it in this email client. It was fragmented. I was using multiple databases, right? But it worked, and it worked well. So my thing was, I need to take this process that's working well. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's working very, very well. And I need to apply technology to it. Applying technology to that process that we were already doing well. We cleaned it out, scrubbed it out, and it just got way, way, way better. And it was like lightning speed now. And that's where we actually started. And then with the strategic partners, it was just a matter of just general workflows that were within CRM. So the first thing is to kind of like figure out and find out whatever processes that we're doing well, or that you're doing well in your business. And then selecting the right, if we're talking Zoho, selecting the right Zoho service that relates to that process, so you can do more of it better, faster, at scale. Pretty much that simple. And get those easy wins, because that's going to be an easy win. Create the workflows, create the automations, create the personalization. So I like humanization, if you will. It is such a word, which means just, triggering a task to come to me, to pick up the phone and to do something that's kind of one-on-one, more intimate than just a hi, first name, this, that, and the other. Those go out, those emails go out, those letters go out, but I also like that personal touch too as well. Or sometimes even reviewing what's about to go out and actually putting a little personal note or personal touch in there. But that's neither here nor there. So approach number one is find out what you're currently doing well that you can do blindfolded with your hands tied behind your back, whatever those processes, sequences, cadences in your business. It could have to do with it could be your newsletter. You could be like, hey, we have a killer newsletter that goes out. We're using this email client to send it out. It goes out every week or every month, like clockwork. Our clients like it, and maybe you're not selling anything. Maybe you're an organization or a nonprofit, So or an institution, a school, our students love it, our donors love it, whatever it may be. Start there then. So then maybe you may want to start with Zoho campaigns, okay? Or use the email that's already a very robust, email engine within Zoho CRM. Whatever works for you and your organization or your business. So that's the first approach. Now, the second approach is actually my personal favorite because it immediately tackles like those tangible KPIs, like either like sales. Again, that's if you're selling something or registrants or attendees or donors, depending on your business. And that second approach is, determine or find what in your business or your processes is like limiting the flow of, and again, fill in the blank. What's limiting the flow of sales, customers, donors, registrants, signups, fulfillment, leads, students, whatever it may be. Then leverage find the appropriate Zoho service, Zoho application, Zoho tool, and leverage that to reduce the limitation. To cite a quick personal example, for us in our home services company, it was that little window between when a client gave us the scope of the project or the service they needed to have done and getting a proposal, call it a deliverable, a proposal could be via email or by mail, to them. And then that whole little bit after that to where you're following up based on was the email open? Did they reply? Have a question, a follow-up? Did we need to adjust anything? That whole workflow. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it fragmented a bunch of applications I was using. I was using Sheets over here, a document thing over here, an email thing over here, multiple databases. Took about a day, at least on a good day, to kind of get all that cobbled together and out the door as an attachment, right? As an attachment. So that was the limitation that was kind of impacting sales, because we weren't losing sales, but it wasn't a good customer experience. It wasn't optimal, and it wasn't congruent to the type of experience that they would receive, throughout their whole journey with us. It could be done better. Pretty much said in a different way. That could be done better. So what I did was the first app that I started with was Zoho Books, because within Zoho Books I could input the customer name, their address, phone number, email. And the cool thing about Books and CRM was that there was a two-way sync. So as I was uploading customer data into Zoho Books, that information was automatically getting piped into or getting inputted into CRM through the two-way sync. And then because I could build out my templates right there in Books, boom, I could just send it out. I could look into my Books app on my mobile phone, see if it was open or not. If they reply back to it via email, I got that email sent to me through the IMAP. And they say, okay, can you adjust this, change this? No problem. No matter where I'm at, I can just open up the app on my phone, adjust it, boom, send it out again. So, and again, the formatting of the template was just the way that I wanted it. So that took care of that. That took care of that limitation, which I saw. And I definitely saw the difference because, we were getting those, okay, cool, let's go ahead and schedule. We like it. Everything looks good. When can the project start? We were getting a lot more of those turned over. So I wasn't spending time in follow-up at the same time that new opportunities were coming in. customers were arriving at those decisions faster, and they could just reply back to those emails and then automatically get converted. And I had some automation set up. So there was less hands-on required of me by using books to reduce that limitation. And then now with like the new business with the real estate school that we just opened up, is unlike the home services business, this one relies heavily on email communication. So for me, one of the first places that I started, one of the first applications that I used or decided to go with was Zoho Mail. Of course, I cranked up CRM first. I cranked up CRM, but I really wanted to get Zoho Mail going just because it was going to be, that is our main communication channel, because we have so many parties to deal with, between students or attendees, vendors, other schools, instructors, state commissions, documents going back and forth that need to go into Work Drive. So that integration with Work Drive is seamless. It's sweet. I love it. And of course, some of these things could be done through, CRM, but I'm all in on Zoho Mail. I love it, and yeah. The other thing that I actually did was, let me have a look here. Oh yeah, CRM. Because we're gonna be doing. I'm doing quite a bit more of outbound prospecting with the school than I did with the home services company. So getting those email templates and those mail merge templates nailed down, I really jumped on that, and want to make sure that I had that, going, because if someone seemed as if there would be a good prospect or a good lead and I had their contact information, I needed to get that email out the door in a template with the right messaging or appropriate messaging for them, and I have like a version 1, version 2, version 3, just pretty much going off my gut, how I feel. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send them this one, so having those email templates done via Zoho Writer, Zoho CRM. And then listen, I'm a multi-channel person, so I'm offline and online. So having those mail merge templates built out through Zoho Writer, to which sometimes are just pretty much cut and pasting the email template, a little, changes here or there, maybe throwing in a QR code because I can, because it's going out on parchment paper. Getting that nailed down too as well. So that's where I started with this school. And again, that's the second approach, where are the limitations, figure out what the limitations are, or what's going to impact whatever that overarching KPI, for you is. And for me, it's like, okay, getting someone to that decision tree, to that yes or no decision tree, and not waiting or being passive about them getting at a decision, being more deliberate about reinforcing the message to them through follow-up, and then having those automations or those reminders in my system to let me know, hey, it's been, this long, you haven't heard anything, or maybe send them follow-up number 2 or follow-up number 3. And then last but not least was Zoho Connect, because from a productivity task management, and that has to do with the real estate school, because, yes, it's up, it's running, it's going, we have classes scheduled, we have instructors coming in, but we're still during the build out process of the business itself. And I mean, tasks are just, it's task-a-palooza going on over here. So when I came across Zoho Connect and just saw the way that I could use that, with the boards and the tasks and the assignments, that just helped me out a lot, because prior to that, I was working in CRM, not for this company, but prior to that, I would use like Zoho Notebook or just a general task thing, just a general task reminder in like CRM. But the amount of tasks that I now have, it's like 10x, and I needed something a little bit more structured, a little bit more organized for me, and definitely a little bit more visual because I'm a visual person. I'm totally a right brain visual person, although I can be analytical. I don't know. But just a visual component of it, of those cards in there. And of course, it's so tightly integrated with CRM and with the other applications. I know there are other things that give you the Kanban board, but this is native to everything else that I'm using. So it's just like a no-brainer, and it works incredibly well. So yeah, so that's it. I hope that helps. And I'm gonna finish off with presenting a resource to you here. A great resource known as Zoho Concierge. It's a gem that's it's not intentionally hidden, but very few people know about this, and it's free. What you get free of charge, it's mind-blowing. Let's check that out. So here we are at Zoho Concierge. You can get there by going to zoho.com/concierge. And like I said before, this is a great resource. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I'm going to just do a quick scroll through the site, the website, and I'll have a link down in the show notes or the description for you. Now, what Zoho Concierge is, actually, this is a great resource, again, for anybody who's, you could be new to Zoho, you could be migrating from another system, you could be new to digital transformation, period. I'm just gonna go over a couple of things on here, and then you'll kind of figure out, okay, I see how this works, and this could really benefit me. So finding your way around Zoho, let us help. And what Concierge does is, like, they will assign a concierge to learn your setup and guide you on how Zoho products can meet your business needs through one-on-one sessions. And what they say here is you want to pretty much think of them as your own personal business consultants. I know what's coming into everybody's head. I know what some of you are thinking out there, and I'm going to get to that right now. Let's scroll down. This is not, I'm going to refresh so that, see that? This is not a sales call. This is a personalized consultation. Don't worry though, this won't be a sales call. We won't pressure you to sign up or upsell you into a more expensive feature package. We'll always be upfront with you if our product isn't, and that's Zoho speaking, if our product here at Zoho isn't the best fit for your business. And the best part about the service, it's 100% free. It's not a sales call, and it's free. It's here to help you determine which one of the Zoho products best meet your business needs. And there's a great FAQ, frequently asked questions down here. Let's go over a couple of these, okay? I'm just going to narrate for you. Why Concierge? Well, with hundreds of applications to choose from between vendors obscuring their pricing, picking the right software is hard. And look, they said hundreds of vendors. There's actually thousands of vendors out there. And what they'll do is they'll act as consultants who can help you navigate the complexities of choosing software. Our team takes the time to understand your goals and suggest which software will best work for you. Our job isn't to sell you, but to find the right fits based on your business needs. All right, let's move along. So, how do I prepare for a concierge call? That's a good question. The more information that you can provide about your business processes, the better our concierge will be at helping you. So on this website, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's like a brief form, And I'm thinking, yeah, there's a brief form, first name, company name, email, phone number, what state you're in. And there's one question: what are you looking to achieve? Fill that out. I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be like a little follow-up email. Give them as much information that they need so that they can help you arrive at an informed decision. That's just me talking there. That's not them talking. That's just me. That's just my little personal bit of advice. Do with it what you will. So moving on. For example, if you want to improve and this is to the same question, how do I prepare for a concierge call? They said, for the more information you can provide about your business processes, the better our concierge will be at helping you. For example, if you want to improve your billing process, tell us where you're having problems right now. Is it your current system? Is your current system bad at billing for time? Is it cumbersome to follow up about every late payment? Now, if you work at a larger business, selecting software often involves people from several departments agreeing on a decision. Try scheduling a call, and we're talking about your concierge call here, when your colleagues can be on the line or at least find out about their requirements ahead of time if they won't be available. And that's, to the question, how do you prepare? So, if you're in a larger organization, make sure you have all the decision makers, and all the folks that are going to be impacted there with you, or at least get their feedback, get their inputs, and bring that with you on the call. Or, if you know your business and your small operation, or not even a small operation, but where you're having those bottlenecks and those limitations in your business, speak to that, bring that information along with you and pass it along to the concierge. Next question: what should I expect from a concierge call? Expect your call to be a one-on-one conversation. Before the call, a concierge will examine your requirements and research your company and your industry. Just look at the amount of work that they're even putting in before they even get on the call with you. They're going to examine your requirements, not just that, not just the information that you provided them, but they're also going to research your company and your industry. And then during a call, you'll describe how your processes currently work and what your goals are. And after learning more about your requirements, we'll recommend software that fits your business and explains why it will work. Moving on. What shouldn't I expect from a concierge call? Don't expect to be put on hold, forced to navigate robotic phone trees. Hello. Or hear heavily scripted sales tactics. This isn't a sales or support call. Just think of it more as a consultation. Why does concierge service exist? Then we touched on some of this already, but choosing software isn't as simple as it used to be. I know that's right. There are hundreds of vendors, and again, correction, thousands. And it's not always straightforward figuring out if applications will work together. Concierge helps you determine which tools fit your needs and how those tools will work with each other and your existing software. Okay, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Thank you for this. It's Concierge, a way to get customer support. Concierge can recommend which applications to use and which features to look into, but they are not a support team. Visit, and this is a clickable link here if you're on the website. Once you go to the website, visit Zoho Cares to get help with our software. Great support there, Zoho Cares. Do I have to pay for a concierge service? Take a wild guess, people. No, it's free. Most business owners are excited to hear about all the ways Zoho can help them with their business. For us, that's priceless. And folks, they mean that. They mean that 100%. Those aren't just words. They live that. You'll see. If you are a Zoho customer, you already know that. If you're not, trust me, you will absolutely find out. Final question: how credible is concierge advice? Good question. We've helped over 10,000 businesses from many industries and countries choose the right software for their needs. We've consulted with one-person businesses that are just getting started all the way up to established enterprises seeking to modernize their software. If our concierge doesn't believe Zoho is right for your business, then that's what they'll tell you. Our team works to help you, not to earn commission on sales. Sounds good to me. How does all that sound to you? Right? Sounds good to me. All right. So that is a brief overview of Zoho Concierge. I think we pretty much covered about everything. Definitely, it's a great resource in my opinion. And again, I'll have a link down either in the show notes or the description to get you there. Other than that, that will wrap up everything. Did I get everything? That will wrap up everything for this video. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. And I hope to see you on the next podcast or video. And until then, take care. Talk to you soon.